hello, and welcome back to another great episode of the podcast. You are the masterpiece, and we apologize for a little bit of the delay because there was some technical issues, and that's the thing when we are living in the real life when these episodes are not pre-recorded because I love it raw and real. Whatever it
Yeah.
is, just to show that we are human and we do not have to be perfect. That's exactly what this podcast is all about because we can be working the progress and the masterpiece in the same time. So, if this is the first time you're tuning in, hello, my name is Irina Portnova, and I'm all about manifestation. How do we tap to our desires through energy work and manifest in anything what we can? Because we are constantly manifesting, but I teach you how to do it more consciously and with purpose so you can create exactly what you desire in your life. And I'm here today with my dear guest, Blessing. Blessing, thanks so much for coming in and tuning in today with this beautiful energy. Blessing, just tell a little bit about yourself and what you're doing in this world.
Yeah, in fact, I'm doing a lot in this world.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, for this platform. So my name is Blessing Juwah-Adebayo, and I'm a cash flow queen. I'm a cash flow coach. I represent the female entrepreneurs out there who are currently struggling with visibility, currently struggling with their finances, their businesses is not. I mean, if you are a female entrepreneur and you are not nailing it in, you know, consistent income with your businesses, you're not nailing it at attracting premium clients to your business because that's what it is. It's about the cash flow, right? So, for
Mhm.
females out there who have online businesses that have a service that you're providing online, whatever that service is, you are brilliant, you are powerful, you are a giant at what you do, and you deserve to be paid well for whatever you offer as your online business. You deserve to be seen, you deserve to be valued because whatever you're dishing out to the world in form of your services out there is something that you should be blessed with because you are a solution provider, you provide solutions, and that's why you are born gifted with what you are doing right now. I mean, most of us doing great things out there in the online space, we weren't born, you know, empty. No one was born empty. We are all born with greatness, we're all born gifted. And that gift that you have is what you're rendering out to the world to showcase the greatness of God in you. And then using that gift to solve problems is a privilege, is also a gift because there's so many people who are gifted out there and they are in the grave. There's so many buried gifts, so many buried promises that were not unveiled because of one thing or the other. Life threw bricks at them and they were not able to unleash that gift to the world. Today, we are talking about born gifted and built for greatness. Now, I'm not just talking to females out there, I'm not talking to just women out there. This is general. I mean, men are special too, women are
Mhm.
special. This is general. The thing is, what if I told you that your biggest flaw is actually your buried genius? Your biggest flaw, what you think you suck at, what you think you're not good at, what you think people look down on you for, is your buried genius. And the only reason you feel the way you feel right now is because the world has convinced you to shrink. So many people, so many greatness out there have shrunk into a box or shrunk into a hole because you are not being recognized. No one knows you out there. As a matter of fact, people look down on you. The thing is, you are born to be great. You are born to solve problems. The Bible, I'm a Christian, so my Bible tells me that the gift of a man maketh way for him. Your gifts make way for you, they announce you to the world. So at this point of our lives, this is the moment where we begin to tap into that gifting, that greatness, that thing, that light that is deep within us to shine forth. So I want to tell you this: you are born gifted. You are not an average person. You are not a liability. Somewhere along the way, life convinced you that playing small was safer than standing out, that being nice was more important than being known, that you had to earn permission to be powerful. You do not earn permission to be powerful. You deserve to be powerful. So I want to break that lie at this moment. You are built for greatness. We all are built for greatness. I don't want you wished into it. You are not wished into it. You are not locked into it. You are built into it. You were created for it. And this means greatness is not optional. It is not a code. It's not coded into you. I don't know if you could permit me to quickly get my charger on my system. I'm not
Sure,
charging it. I
yeah.
just
Yeah, so let me also say something, right? So we can have like the interview style.
yeah.
So what comes to me, a lot of people who are watching this episode might not even know what their gift is. So
Hmm,
blessing, my first question to you, how do people tap to what is the gift that they have?
hmm. That's a fantastic one. So tapping into your gift is, I'm going to talk from my personal experience. Um, for me, I am like multi-talented, and a lot of people out there are multi-talented, but they have issues with tapping into the particular talent that will announce them to the world. Now, there's so many talents. There are talents that are small, there are talents that are great. There are talents that can announce you. Now, the first thing to consider here is, what's your story? What have you been through? Have you thought of turning your mess into a message? So, when you're talking about talents, unleashing your talents, the thing is, the journey that you have been through as a human, there are people that are going through that journey. There are people that want to learn, how did you maneuver your way in this journey? For instance, I have a personal experience, relationship wise, I have a personal experience with um, divorce, messy marriage, messy family, separation in marriage. I have a wealth of experience there. And I know that this is something that a lot of people will want to know more about, because there are people who are, looking for how to manage where they are right now, if possible, not to lose that relationship, but to salvage that relationship. That is a talent to help people from whatever they are struggling with right now. That's a talent. There are other talents. There could be a talent of speaking, there could be talents of, helping people come out of their situations, a talent to listen, a talent to, there's so many talents, there's so many giftings. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is this, your gifting, your talent lies in your mess. So if you think that you have so much to give, because I know there are some people that are highly talented, there are some people that are not so talented. So for people who are not so talented, why don't you ask yourself, how has my journey been? What have I been constantly struggling with? What lessons have I learned that I can showcase to the world out there for them to learn too? That is a talent, that's a gifting.
Mm-hmm.
So there
Can
could
I
be
just can I
people.
just add a little bit blessing, so
Yeah,
like we have the discussion.
yeah,
My take away from what you're sharing, first of all, your pain becomes your purpose. And I
yeah.
just want to add another note. It's not about your mass, It's about how you overcome that mess.
Yes,
Because if
exactly.
there are a lot of people who are still sitting in their victimhood, they are still saying that life is happening to me without realizing that life is happening through us and for us. It's about the people who took that pain and turned it into something beautiful. Yes, now they have that message to share with the world by showing that, hey, I've been through that, I overcame, and so can you, right? So, this is
Yes.
one way that they can actually tap to that gift. And another way is also for somebody, if something comes to your mind and you feel passionate about, if there is a desire for you to showcase yourself through something, or maybe not yourself, but share your gifts and talents. Maybe you are good at teaching others, right? Because
Yes.
that's what my story was. Because when I lost my corporate job during pandemic, that was the time when I started to connect more with myself. And that was the time when I decided that now I want to have my own job, my own company. But at that moment, I did not know what exactly it is. And that was the time for me to tap into my gift. So once I had that session with the astrologer, she was specializing in life purpose. She told me, you are supposed to teach on the massive scale.
Mm.
Again, she did not point out what exactly does it look like. So I'm just sharing that story for a lot of people. If you love to teach others, so maybe something like, becoming a coach, becoming a mentor, becoming a speaker is something that's for you to explore. And for me, it was like tapping from one thing to another. But the thing is that that's why I love manifestation, because once I was receiving the information, what is my gift? And again, there are a lot of ways. I know that you're religious, but I'm more into esoterics. I love to find out about myself through astrology, through numerology, through other, human design. There are different disciplines that can actually pinpoint what your talents are if the person is not sure what exactly it is. Because we were all born, like you said, we were all born with the talents. But again, how do we tap to that talents? Through our individual map. And we all have that either through the human design or through numerology, because our date of birth and our name carries the information. It's like a chip. So once you have that relevant information, you can actually book the appointment with the specialist, and they will be able to guide you right through your gifts, through your talents, what you are meant to do in this lifetime. And again, it's there is always a free will with that, because we can have a lot of potential, but if we are not doing anything with this potential, they are not going to be realized, right? So it's
Yes.
our decision that make things happen, and whatever decision we are making in life, this is exactly what's going to propel us on our level of greatness. So it was for me to, once I understood that this is what I'm supposed to do, this is where I'm going to shine my light. But it was for me to tap and figure out what exactly it is. Because when I started to go on the self discovery path, I did not know anything about life coaches. Again,
Mm.
it's never the lack of the resources in the universe, it's the lack of our awareness. Just because we do not have something in our awareness, it doesn't mean it's not existing. But the more we learn to ask the question, what is there that I would love to start doing, right? The more you go to bed with that question, please, universe, God, whoever you connected with, right? Because there is a higher force that breathing us. When we start asking these deep questions, what is there for me to do? What kind of talent do I have? Please show me, please guide me. The more we are sitting with that question, sooner or later we tap into the answer. The point is, stay curious and stay laser focused on that question that you want to receive the answer, and the answer is going to be revealed. And that's what happened in my life. Because when I was staying with that question, then my daughter came to me and she said, Mom, hire me the therapist because I can't study online. It was during the pandemic time. I reached out to her dance teacher because I don't know any therapist. And the dance teacher said she doesn't need a therapist. I have this amazing girl who is a life coach. And blessing, that was the first time in my life that I heard the word a word of life coach. Then I
Wow.
went on Google, who are these people? And once I started to read the description, that's how I connect. So again, the lack of the awareness in our human life puts a lot of people staying where they are, feeling
Yes.
that the conditions and circumstances are dictating who they are and what they can do, right? Whether
Yeah.
that it's their bank account, whether this is their education, whether this is their age. And our invitation is we all have some kind of gift inside of us. And it's for us to discover. And again, there are different ways, connect with us and see how we can tap to that. Start being curious, and the more you're staying curious, the more you're going to open up the possibilities for yourself. Like, why did you decide to become the coach for coaches who want to earn great fees? Can you just share a little bit, how did you tap to that decision?
So, thank you so much for this. I have a deep story, a deep
Mm-hmm,
history of financial backlash. And I knew what it was as a woman, a mother, a sister, because I'm the firstborn in my family, as someone that people look up to, struggle financially. And then I was working in the corporate space and I struggled to pay my bills. I struggled with taking care of my family, contributing to my home. I mean, even taking care of my siblings, my family, and my loved ones. It was not easy. I got indebted. I struggled financially. And then I thought, how can I just come out of this vicious cycle? How can I stop?
mm-hmm,
And then I thought to myself, one of my biggest challenges I have struggled with in my life was my finances. And I have been looking for answers for years on how to break out of being broke as a woman, not being heard in the corporate world, in the corporate space, because even in the corporate space is mostly dominated by men. It is a masculine space. And a lot of female voices are buried. And I thought, all right, I can put up my business. I can start my online business. I mean, in the online space, there are no, I mean, there are no barriers, there are no boundaries. I can launch this thing out and find a way to help women who are struggling with this. And I thought to build the cash flow for her. That was what gave birth to the cash flow for her. It is strictly for female entrepreneurs. So if as a female entrepreneur, you have services rendered, there are a lot of virtual assistants, there are a lot of graphic designers who are females, there are a lot of social media marketers, social media managers, and the likes of it, coaches, female entrepreneurs that are giving in their all to do this, but they are struggling with peanuts. They are so talented, they're so gifted, but they are struggling to have that consistency with their income. I call it the recurring revenue, recurring income in whatever you're doing. And then you still struggle to attract premium clients. There are a lot of people, I mean, female entrepreneurs out there who have clients, I call them nightmare clients, who don't attract that clients that, I mean, those clients that they really need, that can pay them premium. How can someone who is gifted in the virtual assistant service, rendering so much, at the end of the day, is being charged or rather collects $50 for a job that should take probably a month or 2 weeks? I mean, it's despicable. These are talents, these are beautiful skills. Even as a coach, these are beautiful skills that can be rebranded, repackaged, and modeled to the public, the general public on the online space, to attract clients that can pay you $1,000, $2,000 for what you offer. Now, positioning is the most important thing. How are you positioned as a business? Are you operating your business as a side hustle or operating your business as a business? You are a CEO. So, like you said, lack of awareness. the lack of mental capacity to know who you are, where you occupy, what you offer, the beautiful thing that is coming out of you as a service provider, as a solution provider. You should not be begging to be paid. You should not beg your clients to work with you. Offer your
Right.
solution. They want to run to you. They are the ones to seek your services. They are the ones to ask you, how much am I to pay for your service? Your
Yeah.
job is to deliver greatness. So you see,
So I
it's
love what you share, Blasting. And let me ask you another question. What was your turning point when you started experiencing people coming to you and paying you what you desire?
oh wow. My turning point was when I was able to help some certain women. I have some certain women in my space who I'm currently working with. The first client that I had that I was working with, she had issues with her virtual assistant business. And then I had to help her reposition that business. As a matter of fact, she was struggling to even get clients at all. She didn't have clients, and she had been in the virtual assistant space for a couple of months. So what I did was I did it for her for free because she's very special to me. I did it for her for free. And then we were able to work on her packaging, work on her positioning strategically. Currently speaking, she is working with clients who are paying her over $1,000 for what she offers as a virtual assistant. So when I did that, because that was more or less like a pilot survey for me, and I saw the transformation it did to her business, I told myself, I'm ready to take this up as my full, whatever I have to give out to people out there. I want to be, I want to change lives, especially for women, because I am very passionate about women. I have been through hell. I resonate with what the average woman faces out there when it comes to paying bills, when it comes to taking care of your family, taking care of your kids, living the desired life that you've always wanted, that you've always dreamt of. And a lot of this goes down with self resonation, it goes with self awareness, it goes with that limiting self belief, killing that thing. I would call that the biggest demon of any human being. Anyone who is struggling to come out of their shell, anyone who is struggling to make it work with their businesses financially, and even living your purpose, it starts with breaking out of self-limiting beliefs. It's
Mm-hmm.
so bad that you know who you are, you know what you offer, you know you are good at what you do, but you are scared. Why? The thing is, if we cannot overcome the power of low self-esteem, if we can't come out of reducing our value, you see, the way people see you, the way people perceive you is the way you have shown yourself out to people.
Totally.
If people don't believe in what you do, if people cannot, I mean, book you, if people don't want to work with you, if people don't want to give you a chance, they don't want to listen to you, the question you should ask yourself is, how do I see myself, first of all? Am I a loser? Do I see myself as I'm not enough? Do I see myself like I can't deliver on this? The thing is, it reflects, it shows. It shows in your messaging, it shows in how you carry yourself, it shows on how you present your business to the world. When they go to your bio, what do they see? When they go to your information, your posts and everything that you put out online concerning you, concerning your business, what do they see? Do they know you? Do they know your life? Do they know that you are confident about what you do and who you are? So the thing is, I have 4 strategies to unlock built-in greatness that I would really love to share. These 4 strategies are powerful. Number one is silence the inner critic. Don't try to erase that voice that says to you, you are not enough. No, no, no. Just stop giving it the mic. Don't enhance it. So when you begin to hear voices in your head that you are not enough, you're not good enough, at that point, when you begin to feel that way, Replace it with facts of your past wins, your strengths, moments that people have told you, thank you for being you, thank you for being there for me, thank you for helping me. So those positivity, concentrate on that. You need to have a mindset shift on such things. The next one is document the gift daily. Start a gift journal. Every night you could write down one moment you showed up in your power, one moment you did exploits, you did fantastically well. Even if no one sees you, even if no one notices, even if no one claps for you, no one is seeing your effort. Track your excellence. It's very, very important. If you don't
Mhm.
have a journal, you could just do shorts, BTS, behind the scenes. You record a milestone, you hit a milestone, record it, put it down, celebrate your little wins. The third strategy is stop wearing humility like a straitjacket. It's okay to be humble, but humility isn't self erasure, it's confidence without arrogance. That is humility. Speak up. You don't have to be arrogant about it, but be confident at what you do. Be confident in yourself. Speak up. Say what you know. Claim what you have done. It is
Mhm.
you. Celebrate you in your power. Celebrate you in your might. Do you know why? Because there is no one like you. There is no one as powerful as you. There's no one as special as you. You have been, God has created everyone so special that there is no double of you. You are you incorporated. You are you special. You are you trademarked. The fourth one is shift from proving to positioning. Forget about proving yourself to anyone. You don't need to prove you are good. You are good. You need to position yourself where your gift can be seen. You need to position yourself where your gift can be harnessed, can be felt, and also can be paid for. Positioning is everything. I always give an example. Like when you drop honey in a place where there are ants, you see positioning. You drop honey where there are ants. Before you say Jack, one ant has tasted that honey and gone to tell the rest of the ants to feed on that honey. And before you know it, it's so much. You have so much ants on that honey. And there is another environment where you place honey where you have no ants. And then you discover that honey, as important as it is, as sweet as that honey is, it's not attracting anything. Why? Environment. Environment matters. Where are you positioned right now? Who is talking to you? Who is encouraging you? Who is bringing you down? At that point, that is when you begin to look at your connections. Look at the people that are around you. Who are you surrounding yourselves with? Yourself with? Who is encouraging you or who is putting you down? Because there are people around you that don't want to see you shine. At the same time, as much as you have so much in you, there's someone around you that will tell you, oh, this thing that you're doing, are you sure this is good? Are you sure it's going to change your life? Are you sure? And then they begin to make you question your greatness. You should not question your greatness. At that point, you get up, dust yourself, and tell yourself, I've had enough of the negativity. I want the best out of me. So whatever it takes, if it means cutting down alliances, if it means putting out some characters, some habits that are limiting you, if it means, checking your circle and look at the people who lift you. If you have people who are not lifting you, it means you need to change your circle. Change your circle. That is number one, because you see this thing called relationship. It's so powerful. Relationship is, I will call it like the backbone of everybody's life. We can't do life alone. That is the fact. No matter how talented, no matter how good you are gifted, you are great. But let me tell you, you cannot do life alone. You need people around you. You need people to carry you, to encourage you, tell you. Sometimes, even when you feel down, you need someone to pick you up. You need people around you, whether online, virtually, or around you physically.
Mhm. Yeah, we
So
are on. Yes, we are on top of our podcast. What I just wanted to bring, I love that, conclusion when you were talking about these four main things, and you touched on environment. A lot
yeah,
of times, even in that environment, are our loved ones, our family, our friends, and they, a lot of times, they are not talking from, that they are jealous of you, but
yeah,
more from their not awareness, right?
yes,
Because they think by giving you that advice, they are protecting you from getting into, like whether this is financial investment. Because let's face it, we cannot do this work alone. We always want to have the guide by us, whether this is the coach, whether this is the mentor, somebody who can take our hands and take us where we desire to be, because we are not meant to walk this walk alone. So they either protect you from the investment in yourself, because in their eyes it's just a waste of time and money, or they
exactly,
just do not see the vision. Because again, once you step on that path, you become a visionary. You start seeing the picture of your life that others cannot see. So the way
exactly,
I usually, navigate in that environment, I always tell to that person who gives me that love and advice, I tell them, you are at somewhere where I'm heading at. If you are not at the place that I want to be at, you are not here to give me the advice, because you cannot give advice on something which you have not tried and not achieved, right?
yeah,
That's why we are partnering with people. That's why people are partnering with me, because I'm very well with manifestation. I know how the universal laws work, and they work with the same precisions as the laws of mathematics, as the laws of electricity. If you apply them correctly, that the formula works when we work it. And that's why everybody partners with me who wants to manifest something better in life. That's why somebody would partner with you if they want to tap into more paying clients, right? That's
yeah,
why there are all these people exist who can take anybody else where they want to be. Not to say that we stopped to be under coaching, because again, you are never done. Until you're breathing, until you are evolving, you constantly want to be under the right guidance, because it's all about growing, it's all about exploring and becoming another version of ourselves. Another version of ourselves who is here to claim more and be more, right? And that's
yeah,
exactly what I wanted to conclude our conversation, saying that we all have the gifts inside of ourselves. And it's all about just having the desire to tap into them, knowing that your gift is, something that this world needs, because each one of us is the puzzle to the huge masterpiece. So when we put this puzzle together with our individual gifts, that's exactly when we create that beautiful masterpiece in your life. All right. Thank you so, so much, Blessing, for this conversation. And I know that you have the workshop coming up. Do you want to say
yeah.
just a couple of words about it?
Yeah. So this is basically for ladies in business, especially those building service-based brands or working in the tech space. If you have ever felt undervalued, overlooked, or underpaid, I'm inviting you to a game-changing experience. It's called the Underpaid to Highly Paid Workshop. It is strictly for female entrepreneurs. So if you're a service provider, you have an online business, this is for you. It's themed charge more, sell confidently. It's just for 3 days and spots are filling up fast. So the link will be on the screen and also on the caption, right? Somewhere on the
Hmm.
post, on
Yes.
Facebook and YouTube. So this is actually not another webinar. This is strictly where we break that cycle, where you
Hmm.
stop begging for attention and start commanding respect and paying for what you deserve. You deserve to be paid rightly. You're building strategies, you're building offers, you're building confidence, you're building authority, and we are building income streams that match your energy. So after this workshop, you will never apologize for your price tag again. You will never have to wait for validation before showing up, and you finally sell from a place of power and not pressure. So you're not waiting to become valuable, you are already. So stop standing in the waiting room for your own greatness. Walk through that door. Own the
Well,
gift. Build the legacy. You were
yeah,
born gifted, you were born great, and now it's time for you to rise in purpose. So
yes.
the link is morlocks.com
Mhm.
forward slash UP to HP workshop. Morlocks.com forward slash UP to HP workshop. Sign up and let's have this workshop together. It's going to be mind blowing and transforming.
All right. Thank you so much again for your presence. And for anybody who wants to reach us personally, welcome with any questions. And again, thanks for bringing your energy. Thanks for having this powerful conversation. And for people just really start thinking, what is my gift and how do I want to bring it into the world so I can turn my passion into the profit and make the best out of it. Thank you so much, Blessing, and see everybody on the next episode.